Yeah, holy shit, that's not good for my chair. Hi guys, it's me, your boy, Scepterpan, and we're back to 80 days, and wow, what's up with all those bells in the background? We're gonna start playing 80 days again, so here we go. Still in Quetta, and I really want to go, so let's just go to Lahore. Man. Fine, whatever. Ooh, look at, what are we traveling in? What the hell is that thing? Look at that hi-hat too. The Hadayosh were a type of Persian palanquin, or palanquin. They were richly curtained and carried by two squat, six-horned, brass-skinned mechanical oxen at either end. More remarkably, the cushioned litter where we rested was set delicately upon the oxen's curving horns. It was surprisingly comfortable, but I could not help being a little alarmed. Seriously, how do they have this thing in fucking Quetta, which they say is the middle of nowhere, and we have experienced that because we couldn't go anywhere because of it. Let's converse. I'm at your service, Monsieur Fogg. My excellent valet. Let's talk about money. Do we have enough in the wallet? We are very well funded indeed. You have made some excellent decisions. Thank you. It's all that Ashkenazi love and wit. What have you learned about Lahore? Lahore was once the Mughal city of gardens. Did you learn anything in the paper that might help in Voltaire? You might be interested that you can pick up carved animals in Voltaire with a huge amount in Singapore. Very good. Thing is, I don't know where the fuck Voltaire is, so that doesn't really help. Quetta was lost in the distance as we trotted forward across the plains. I'm glad to be leaving Quetta. Will we continue east? Will we go south? I don't know yet. I'm glad. I'm glad to be leaving Quetta unremarked. I do not care for Mem Sahibs. It is a grim place. You certainly did not look grim at dinner, my master agreed. Oh, you certainly did look grim at dinner. I thought so. With a lifted brow. I had the distinct sensation he was mocking me, and resolved to stay silent and unmoved. Quetta was lost in distance as we trotted forward across the plains. Will we continue east? I asked, trying to picture our onward path. From Lahore we should press on to Delhi, onto the Grand Trunk Road, Monsieur Fogg said decisively, not looking up from his ledger. Unless you have another remarkable route to suggest. Then we rode on in silence until we reached the pleasing colonial town of Lahore. Overlooked by the 13-gated citadel and green with lush gardens and parks. And, luckily, Fogg wasn't I say it and it happens, I can't... Oh, $44, that's not so bad. Kabul. But we can't actually go there. That sucks. So I guess it's gonna be, well, we could just go straight to Delhi. You know what? Fuck Merv. We're not going there. Oh shit, 7 minutes. Oh, you saw that? Well, that was quick. That was really quick. Because, you know, we gotta take into consideration that we need a little bit of speed now, because it's already day 30. We're almost at the half of our trip and we're still stuck in India. And I don't know about you, but when I think of Indian trains... And I'm not always thinking, whoa, those are quite expedient, aren't they? So, yes. We hired a mechanical palanquin for the journey and clambered aboard. It was similar to the Hadayosh in some ways, but somewhat less confined. Dr. Fogg. I could not wish for a superior valet. Well, I'm very glad you think that. It was only a short distance from Lahore to Delhi, and we had been promised it was a particularly well-maintained stretch of road. I called out to the other vehicles. I placed whist with Monsieur Fogg. Now let's examine the other vehicles, which crowded the ancient Grand Trunk Road alongside us. Mechanical palanquins larger than our own, loaded down with silks, copper, spices, porcelain, each with its own bright painted livery. An afternoon well spent, though I was not sorry to see the ancient fortified walls of Delhi appear out of the haste of dust ahead of us. I'm on fine form, but we must make haste. Isn't that great? And he actually healed. How did that happen? Agra. On Friday. What the fuck? Friday. Oh. Okay, I guess we can finally go tomorrow then. I don't know how that happened, but all right. So we're in Delhi right now, gonna pass the night here, and Fogg is doing well, and we negotiated, and I guess now we can travel a day earlier. So I guess we're going pretty fast, faster than I expected. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg. I want to stretch my legs. I mean, he's at 96. I know he's gonna be 60 by the next fucking journey, even though it took a couple of hours, motherfucker. As night fell, I went to stretch my legs and took full advantage of some time away from my master. When I returned, both my spirits and, I fancy, his were much improved. Didn't find out much. So we're just gonna go to Agra, hire extra space. Oh, wait. Before 7 p.m. So that means we have a little bit of time. Come on. I want to see the market. Maybe I can sell some shit. Well, we're going to Agra anyway. Fucking Murph, man. Yeah, it's too far out of the way right now. So... Oh, my investments! Fuck. Heavy storm, wool shirts. I guess that's pretty good. I think we'll get along there. And magnetic compass, I guess. That should be it. It should be fine. Man, I played the game for a couple of hours and I still don't know how the fucking controls work. We're going to Agra. Yes. Should be fine. On the trunk road, palanquin. Oh my. What the hell are we... Like, look at this mode of transportation. This is insane. This is actually more impressive than the fucking submarine train or whatever the fuck it was. Once again, we bought the mechanical palanquin. Isn't that great? Converse. What is your wish, master? Well, all is well with you, I trust. Well, we already know about money. What do you know about Agra? The Mahal artificers built a walking city hundreds of years ago. Let's talk about Calcutta. Have you learned anything in the times about Calcutta? Calcutta is famed for its art, literature, and theater. What about Chittagong? What have you learned about Chittagong? Did you realize that the most efficient way to Chittagong from here is to go via Calcutta? Well, I wouldn't have guessed. Thing is, how the fuck are we gonna get to fucking Calcutta from Agra? I don't know. Agra came into view and tossed aside any remembrance of my journey upon the ancient Grand Trunk Road. At first I only saw 4 massive stone-clad jointed legs, the white marble magnificence of the Taj Mahal. That's beautiful. It towers nearly touching the clouds. Oh, I had heard rumors, of course, but the truth of the vast walking city perched high atop its pillar-like mechanical legs left me with one question. How were we going to climb up? What would it feel like when it walked? I suppressed a shiver as I regarded our marvelous destination. Beautiful mausoleum, Taj Mahal. Oh, we can actually... Our stormwear, huh? Let's take a look. Railway man. What the hell is it? A zoetrope on a well-oiled spindle that, when spun, brings 2 ballroom dance to... What the motherfuck? I don't know what the hell that is, but... okay. Fine. So I guess now we are protected against the rough seas. Let's explore so we might find out how we get to Allahabad or... okay, I guess we're not going to Allahabad. What a shame. To the perambulatory city of Agra was itself a monstrous, well, let's say a wonder. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan had wished to build a monument to his great love Mumtaz, and instead of a mere building had commissioned a roving city. The vast white granite magnificence of the Taj Mahal perched on the plateau atop its jointed fortified legs. There were thick gorge in the ground, a fitting monument to a great love. Let's be romantic. I mean, it is the age of romance after all. Caspar David Friedrich. One that my Frenchman's heart could not disapprove of. Her sovereignty was a contested matter. The British had laid claim to her, but she passed through independent territories on a peregrinations. Wow. Somebody busted out the dictionary. Her power source was an enduring mystery. How can one claim to own a city which moves from place to place? It is a ridiculous notion as planting a flag upon the moon. As for me, I was just glad she worked. I could not change such a marvel. With the notions of state or government, Agra was a creature unto herself, a living city who owned her living to no one. What about water? How do they get water? We boarded Agra at noon. She would begin walking to Calcutta when the sun set, taking us with her on her unvarying circuit. That's really strange. Okay. It departs at 8 p.m. So let's just sleep. We're gonna sleep in Agra. Agra. Before turning in for the night, I starched the colors of our shirts. I went to explore a little. I mean, Fogg is at 100. I can't believe how good the Indian Peninsula is to this guy. Must be because he's British. Fucking oppressive motherfucker. I went out to explore a little and spoke to a nervous Bangladeshi master who was looking for a child, whom I found near the clockmaker's. The master thanked me, and as we talked, remarked that you could pick up hunting rifles in Hong Kong, extremely valuable in Batavia. You know how fucking stupid that is, going from Hong Kong to Batavia? That fucking makes no sense. Why would I do that? I asked him how he knew. And he launched into a long and complicated story about his father's employer's sister-in-law, a convoluted tale, and one not suitable for relating again. Alright. Maybe we can take a look in the market really quick. Or not. Yeah, wait, and let me come back to your side. Oh yeah. Well, they have nothing new, so let's just hurry up and leave. Calcutta, on the moving city. High temperature. Oh my god. How come India is more fucking technologically advanced than all the other countries we've been to? That makes no sense. Oh, I'm so sad about Merv, man. You know how much fucking money that is? I could pay my fucking university with that. One of the scarlet cloaked city officials rang a brass bell, answering tolls echoed from all corners of the city of Agra. While the sound still echoed in my ears, the city lurched beneath me. Tilting first to the left, then abruptly to the right, we were off. The walking city had begun its circuit. She settled down. It felt rattled. She settled down into a regular rhythm after a few tottering steps, and by evening I barely noticed the slight tilt and yaw, developing a kind of sea legs. I guess we wait. Phileas Fogg attempts a round-the-world adventure. It's certainly true. My, a moving city. What is this? Steampunk shit. Truth be told, the sound was more difficult to accustom myself to than Agra's multi-jointed gates. Granite-clad feet pounded into the earth with enormous shuddering crashes that could be heard even from a rarefied station. Oh, bagels. I looked over the edge. No, let's not do that. I'm glad we got rid of that cursed dagger, huh? I stayed in the city center. The plateau atop Agra's structure had been covered with a thick layer of fertile mud and planted with grasses and flowers, though you could see the iron underneath where a bush had been dug up. A few birds even perched on the trees, but on closer inspection and sang bright melodies. Let's just be happy because, I don't know, I don't want to get too cynical and all that, so let's not do that. Melancholy, and sang bright melodies and darted between the trees before launching themselves at some invisible, unheard signal all at once into the sky. They wheeled and glittered against the blue, and I watched them. I was almost able to believe I was in a real metropolis and not several hundred feet in the air atop a migrating city with an engine for a heart. It's really crazy to think that I always love to do the little T there. That the city functions at all. I mean, and like they must be fucking crashing down on people. That's really strange. Fucking people getting squashed in Allahabad who just went to go fucking milk their goats or something. My master and I took a turn about the top deck as we passed within sight of Allahabad, marveling at the glistening white marble edifice of the Taj Mahal. I mean, we're not going to Allahabad, so let's not. It's actually not a but whatever, it's fun. Marveling at the glistening white marble edifice on the Taj Mahal, bounded by clear blue water and manufactured gardens. A photographer had set up a booth on the lawn and was doing a brisk trade, taking phototypes, not daguerreotypes, I guess, of families posing in front of the magnificent monument. It was so quick. He developed, fixed, varnished, and handed the phototype to the customer in a matter of minutes. He glanced over at me appraisingly. Photograph? Photograph? Oh God. He asked in passable French. 10 pounds. He's just gonna say fucking like 3 words in passable French. How's that passable? Mais oui! I agreed and then glanced at Monsieur Fogg, and I invited him to join me in the picture. He glanced at the photographic apparatus with evident suspicion and then at my hopeful expression. Very well, he said shortly. I stared at him, mouth agape, for a full 20 seconds. I had not imagined that he would agree. We posed beside each other as the photographer made his equipment ready. I could barely keep from the grin from my face. Keep the grin from my face. I don't know why I love from so much. Fromage. There was a blinding flash of white light, and by the time my vision had returned to normal, the phototype was already being pressed into my hands. It took several minutes. Holy fuck. Handsome article. In some light, I can almost see the barest hints of a smile upon my master's lips. I tucked the phototype into my pocket, and we continued about our promenade. Your funds have gone down a little. Only $10. Not so bad. Right? Anyway, yeah, on the moving city of Agra, or the Taj Mahal. It's just the Taj Mahal or the entirety of Agra? I guess I didn't pay attention. A moving city. I was taking a small digest while after a substantial breakfast when I saw a young lady in a bright pink sari and a yellow lensed goggles pitch herself over the outer railings. I screamed. Ah! Like a maiden in a badly written gothic novel before gathering my wits and approaching the railing. What the fuck? That's a stupid reaction. I peered over the edge, bracing myself. Let's do that. I don't want to die for a traumatic sight. But the movement waved up at me cheerily, suspended from the railing by a length of a thick hemp rope knotted around her waist. I collapsed to my knees. What? Let's do that. That's interesting. In mingled relief and terror. I am a sound fellow, but some things are not meant to be seen. The woman sought me out at a luncheon in the dungeon with a curmudgeon who I bludgeoned. What the fuck? By which time I was much recovered, and she introduced herself as Daya, Mademoiselle Daya. Oh God, I shouldn't do that accent. Mademoiselle Daya. I cannot use your first name. You must tell me, What were you doing? Mademoiselle Daya, I bowed. A pleasure to meet, to make. Oh shit, I fucked up. Your acquaintance. She laughed in surprise. Your manners are very fancy. Oh, I shouldn't do it. I invited her to sit with me. I thought we had lost you earlier, I remarked. She gave me a terrible fright. She grinned. I must admit, I waited for you to show up before I jumped. Oh, that was unkind. An excellent performance. I could not fault her theatrics. She bowed. I'll make it up to you. Agra is a big city and all the good stuff is below decks. I'll take you down tomorrow if you want to do more than sightseeing. Oh, yeah. She swept away into the crowd, leaving me to contemplate her challenge over my meal. Oh my. Well, guess we're staying another day in Calcutta, huh? Of course. I stayed well away from the lower decks. I went below decks. Oh, yeah. I am a man who cannot resist a challenge. Daya told me of some of the history and layout as we descended the series of stairs of increasingly ricketedness. Oh my. The upper deck was devoted to the Taj Mahal. I followed until we reached a stop. My guide raised her hand. She's quite attractive, even though she sounds like Kermit the fucking Frog. The sound of the engines was vibrating up through the roof. There was no one about. She's gonna murder me, or she's gonna... You know. I was beset by the sudden thought that she had brought me to this empty spot to rob me. Oh, that's not so bad. Then she opened a pair of carved doors. A flurry of people. An enormous set of boilers. Carved doors. Oh my. What am I doing? Saying with grave ceremony, "Welcome to the lower city." I blinked my eyes against the light, and as they adjusted I saw where we were. We had come to a township built by the echoing bowels of the city, complete with shops and residences and even children playing games on the streets. Though these children tossed adjustable spanners and brass rings, gigantic dials and levers, a muezzin called the faithful to prayer, a child threw a ring at my feet. Well, I am materialistic, so... And Charlie approached as I reached out to hand it back. The ring I saw was old and engraved with measurements. "A kneecap," Daya said. "We go through 5 or 6 every decade." Daya was clearly a well-known figure, and introduced me to our fellow lower city folk with great pride. Almost everyone wore tool belts and yellow lensed goggles. "So," she asked, turning on the spot with hands outstretched, "what do you think of my home, Frenchman?" "It is fantastique. Word inconvenu. Strange, but lovely. It is unconventional. It is fantastique." I declared I would not have dreamed such a place existed beneath the parks of the upper deck. Daya nodded at my response as if turning it over in her mind. The truth is, I think that all cities have a below decks, my friend. She said, Agra is just more obvious or less depending. All too soon I heard the sounds of the bells. There was something hinted at in her tone. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make the video interesting for you guys. That's all I'm trying to do. Yeah. Alright. I thought. She smiled weakly. "Don't worry, Passepartout," she murmured. "I'm not going to eat you." A most awkward madam, But before I could finish my thought, the bells rang out for our stop. The room around me exploded into controlled chaos. Steam, which is litotes, I believe, when we're talking about poetry. Steam exploded from valves. The floor rocked. Brass-goggled men and women pulled enormous levers. The floor rocked. Left and right and back. Steam exploded from valves. The city lurched to a halt. The great heart stilted. We had arrived at our destination, the British city of Calcutta. I never saw Daya again. Fuck. That's a shame. Oh god. We're going to Singapore, I guess. Oh my. Back, go. No! Oh man, the controls is like... What's this little cog in the corner trying to tell me? Like, I don't know what it means. Salve of Arnica... That might be good, actually. Cowboy boots. Dominoes. Let's get the cowboy boots. There's so much money, like, I don't know what to do with it. I hope we can take 4 things with us, otherwise I'm just gonna sell shit back, I guess. We don't need to bank. Wow. Okay, tomorrow for $13? $30 to go to another city. That's crazy. Let's explore about in Calcutta. Calcutta was an industrial city which had built its wealth on opium. That's true. Oh man, I forgot all about the cigarettes or cigars or whatever the fuck they were. Sorry, Hong Kong. Textiles and indigo. But that was not to say it was uncultured. And Indi also comes from Hindi, which is similar to Hindu, and India also comes from Hindu. Isn't that funny? So India basically means Hindia, just drops the H. The chai shops which I passed by, and the country's actually not called India in Indian languages, which is quite interesting actually. I forget what it is actually called though. I was just thinking of it. Fuck it. The chai shops which I passed by, nothing compared to Paris, of course. Well, let's just take a look around. We're here anyway, aren't we? Which I passed by were all thronged with affluent babes and bahanjis. Bahanjis. Discussing poetry and literature and the sticky topic of Indian independence. It seemed there was discontent brewing. It seemed a natural outcome of events. And I said as much, to be loudly shouted down by several pro-British voices, who in turn were shouted down by those fervently in favor of self-rule. It was certainly a thorny issue, and I wondered if we would be able to avoid all consequences of it. I don't know if Chittagong is actually part of Pakistan nowadays, but there's actually a lot of problems with India's federation, because India is not just one country; it has all these sub-states, and they don't really quite like each other. There's a pretty big north-south divide, and in the early days, of course, with Pakistan breaking away for its own independence, Bengal or Bangladesh was actually part of Pakistan for a long time, known as East Pakistan, until that, of course, also fought for its own independence. But what I wanted to say is that the Indians, they don't speak any type of Indian language like Hindi or Sanskrit with each other. Of course, they do in their own relative districts and states, but the national language is actually English, which is really interesting. Because that way they don't favor any of the states over each other. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? It was certain. So you could say that the English subjugation of India or colonization of India is actually what led to the Indian unity. It was certainly a thorny issue, and I wondered if we would be able to avoid all consequences of it. Where is the most dangerous right now? What's that even mean? Do you think there will be trouble soon? I asked. Several voices agreed, but then several disagreed. It seemed there was no clear answer to be had here either. Only time would tell. I returned quickly to Monsieur Fogg. Yeah, okay, so it arrives tomorrow. So I guess we could just stay at the hotel. Gotta love that sitar music. We took our room and settled in, and I don't have to attend to him because he's at 99. What's up with his life? Like, his life is so good right now. Man, everybody's looking for children. I went out to explore a little and found a cheerful Punjabi soldier who is far ways away if he's from the Punjab, who was looking for a child, whom I found near a dog kennel. The soldier thanked me, and as we talked, remarked that the only market in Imphal has gone bankrupt. Okay, thank you. I showed him we're unlikely to head that way. I thanked him, and he shrugged and went about his business. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, ho, ho. We can go to Singapore straight away. Woohoo! Yes. Oh, Fogg, don't die. Fogg, don't die. Fogg, don't die. Oh my god, we're going to fucking Singapore. Woohoo! That's awesome. Oh man, we're really making headway. I didn't think we would get here in all these days. We could have actually gone the fucking Merv. Except for that there wasn't really any road to Herald, but whatever. The SS Thunder of the Apcar shipping line had, 10 years previously, set the record for the fastest journey between Singapore and Hong Kong. And her captain promised us a journey of 5 days rather than the usual figure of 6. Oh my god, 5 days too? Oh my god, we're gonna be in America by no time like this. My god. Greetings, my dear madame. Tell me a Paris passepartout. It's so racist. I'm so sorry, all you Indian people, but it's get in the boat, Richard Podcast. Get back in the boat. Begin conversation. Singapore. What can you tell me of Singapore? Singapore has a better reputation, but it's a decent enough place. I heard it's one of the most clean cities because the fucking laws and punishments are so severe there. I think my mom went there once. Or it might have been somewhere in a near vicinity. But anyway, Stone Town. I don't know. What? These are like all... No, I think I want to go to Hong Kong. But, okay. Is it possible to travel from Singapore to Antananarivo? Wow. I would not hold out too much hope, monsieur. Well, tell me, does the Seine ever flood? No. Of course not. The Paris plage would, of course, be covered in mud. How lucky. The river floods every year from where I come from. I bet it does. Singapore, as Driptis Das Gupta. About Singapore. Wow. What can you tell me of Singapore? So, to the SS Thunder from Calcutta connects to Singapore with the boat route via Batavia. Machu fucking Picchu, how the fuck? What? That makes no sense. The Machu Picchu is in the mountains. In fucking Andes. Is it possible to travel from Singapore to Machu Picchu? That seems quite impossible to me. Yeah, to me as well. Colombo, Ohio, I guess. Is it possible to travel from Singapore to Colombo? No idea, but I do know some buyers will pay well for magnetic compasses from Colombo. Okay. Use the peppermint tablet. Well, she's not really the type, but I'm just gonna use it. Peppermint, madame, thank you. Singapore. Let's ask some more about Singapore. Singapore suffers for its location, too close to everywhere. Come on. Tell me something I want to know. Is it possible to go? It sounds unlikely. Well, where can we go? Whatever. This woman told me absolutely nothing. Fucking motherfucker. And wouldn't you know it, Fogg is actually healing. This is an anomaly. I took a turn around the deck, interested in who else I might find aboard. Captain Ong An Lee, well, that guy's certainly Chinese, was a dashing fellow. Well, let's talk to him. Might actually be able to go to China with his instructions. With merry eyes, who had run off from his family and joined the merchant navy in Singapore at a young age. Did you actually know that the Chinese were among the first to actually discover America? They actually have I have that right there on my wall, but I think you can't see it because it's in the corner. It's one of the first world maps that actually include the Americas long before 1492, the year when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Captain Ong An Lee was a dashing fellow with merry eyes who had run off from his family and joined the merchant navy in Singapore at a young age. The ship was crewed by Lascars, a mix of Indians, Singaporeans, Chinese, and Malay, who all spoke an entirely incomprehensible sailor's dialect, which I found utterly fascinating. I endeavored to pick up as many words of the odd patois or patois as I could on our voyage. Early on the day, we stopped at the port of Chittagong to take on more passengers. The captain blew the whistle loud and long. Full speed, he declared. You'll see. All right. Rangoon. So I guess we're not going to suffer too much from the rivers in Bangladesh, huh? I hope we don't die in like a sea crash or anything. We dined at the captain's stable, just because we're white, I guess. He made his toast and then asked Monsieur Fogg outright whether he was an opium trader and I his factotum. I leapt in to deny this. I looked at my master, who merely said he was not Captain, who said he was not. Captain Ong guffawed and commanded our glasses filled once more. It is a profitable business, he advised. A man can make his fortune in opium if, and he addressed the last to my master, he is not squeamish. You wouldn't think that a Chinese person would agree that opium is a good thing in any sense because of, well, the last dynasty and its sad downfall. My master is hardly squeamish. Mortals are not squeamishness. Sure. I replied coldly, the opium trade profits from the weakness of men through addiction and exploitation. Men and women choose to become addicted. Yeah, like you choose to become gay. Captain Ong disagreed calmly. It's not a complete good fucking analogy, but you don't choose to become addicted. That's just your body having impulses. You choose to use whatever. That doesn't mean you don't have any responsibility in the matter. Whatever. What am I talking about? I'm being belligerent. I believe in freedom. The people of China are not children. Sure, that we need to mind them like an over-anxious parent. Monsieur Fogg gave me a querying look before turning to the captain. Your business is your own, Captain Ong, as long as you conduct me to Hong Kong in 10 days as agreed. The captain raised a flag. Fear not, Monsieur Fogg. I have anxious customers waiting my cargo after all. Yeah, I guess it's good to be white and, well, you know, British at this point in time because this is one of the few times that Europe is actually the center of the world. Whereas that used to not be the case because actually the Arabian empires and the Mongolian empires used to be the most important empires along with the Chinese empires. It's only been for a very short while at all that Europe has been important on the world stage. But you don't really tend to hear about that in history lessons, do you? Begin conversation. Singapore. I'm told Singapore has a bad reputation, but it's a decent enough place. I could not possibly tell you anything about that. Alright. Man, what are some of these options? I don't want to go anywhere. There's something I do know. I hear Colombo has a very advanced tram system. But now listen. How do you deal with nose hair? Braid. You wax and braid it carefully. What strange fashions you Europeans have. I really like his mustache. He looks very nice. Singapore, Batavia. I guess I could ask, but I don't want to go there. No such route. Even though people told me that there was. Fuck you, Ong Li. Onchi Wang Li. Is there a route from Singapore to Stone Town? All I'll say is this. You can pick up a rhino horse in Stone Town that will sell for a fortune in Colombo. It's like saying Alexandria, like Alexandria where? Like Alexandria's everywhere. I woke thinking of croissant. Not just any croissant, my friends, but the croissants made on the corner of the streets where I grew up. Delicately crisp on the outside, yielding within. I could smell them, almost feel the texture of the pastry on my tongue. The greasy, buttery shit. I was so lost in contemplation that I was very nearly late to attend my master's shave. Zit alors, merde. Sacre bleu. Mange ma bite. The Lescar, who made up the crew, seemed to find me an object of great curiosity. I found them curious in return. My attempts to learn a few words of their cobbled-together tongue were met with howls of good-natured laughter. A young Malay shyly asked me what Paris was like. "It is beautiful," I said cautiously. "The sand glitters like a snake. The theaters spill light like Garnier and color onto the streets. The cafes are full of men and women debating and drinking endless cups of coffee." And that's why it's called a cafe, because it comes from, French, café. And you drink coffee in a cafe. "There are beautiful women and beggars all on the same street." And now they actually kick out the beggars, I hear. She looked at me curiously. I took a deep breath, dissatisfied with my answer. "It is much like any other place." "Never mind my thoughts. Perhaps you will see it yourself one day." She nodded, accepting my answer. I doubted she would ever set foot in the city of my birth. Yeah, I do so too. It's quite sad. Paris is beautiful, honestly. I don't really want to, make advertisement here, but, Today we stopped at Singapore, on the southernmost tip of the Malay Peninsula. Singapore had been British for many decades, and from the harbour it seemed almost as if some little town in Kent or Surrey had been shipped piece by piece and reconstructed on this far shore. What is this, China, where they actually recreated Paris? This is nuts. We slipped ashore. We thanked the captain as we disembarked. He nodded once, but was, I felt, happy to see the back of us. Wow, that's not very nice. The markets. Let's see. Now, I kind of want to get rid of some shit. Driving goggles. We don't really need these anymore. So let's get rid of all the dusty road shit. Warm climate. That's still something that we have to deal with. We're not going to see much deserts unless we're going to Nevada or something. Ferrotype. I really want to keep that because that's just cute. And we can use it for the papers when we get back. In the Taj Mahal. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Manila is quite a way out of the way, I think. That's like an island city. I actually know where Manila is, but I can't think of it right now. That's what they all say. Oh, yeah. Let's get rid of something else. Water bladder. We don't need that anymore. Move this stuff. La 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 la. And there we go. Ginger tablets. Of interest to stubborn types, sour and prim types. I know what I'm doing. Yokohama. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. We might have to actually do something about that. We don't really need the Indian timetable anymore. Frequent flyer. Let's get rid of... there must be something we can get rid of. Rum, safety harness, we should keep that. Dusty road, we can get rid of that. Get the neck cushion here. Take the come on. Scented candle, hand mirror. Brisbane, San Pedro, Vladivostok. San Francisco, I definitely want to go there though. Man, most of the game is just me fucking buying and selling shit, isn't it? Get rid of let's get rid of the Darjeeling tea. I think it's quite important to tend to Monsieur Fogg because he's such a motherfucker. Let's stay in the hotel. But until we do, that's been the episode, and I want to thank you very much for
being a slave to the Illuminati, bitch.
If you got any tips on where we can go, you can drop it down below if you want, and I'll hear from you. And I love you, and I hope to see you the next time, next Monday. Love you, baby. Unbelievable. That's life. Life is strange. not unusual to have fun with